Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back. It's Charlie. It is Monday, 25th of March, 2019, about 6:01, 6:02 in the morning. And there's work. I'm leaving work right now. I'm leaving work because I kind of goofed. I thought I was supposed to be working this morning when I'm supposed to be working this afternoon from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. When actually that date scheduled, I thought it was supposed to be Tuesday. So I'm now headed back to work. I'm walking back home, or headed back home. I'm walking home, so walking 5 miles. I got upset for about, maybe 30 seconds, and then I let it go. So I was asked to talk about me being happy during hard and difficult times in the past, or how I stay happy during hard and pressing times. Very good. Look, I was raised in an abusive family. My dad used to beat my mom up. My dad used to beat me up. My dad was an alcoholic. My mother was an alcoholic, but the argument, Charlie would disappear into his own little world. He had his own imaginary friend. And at a very young age, for most of my younger age, as a young man also, I used to hold a lot of resentment, hold a lot of anger. And I never understood why my asthma was as bad as it was. Now, I know that they say that anger causes a lot of bodily and mental ailments, especially bodily. And it does stand to true. I can attest that being angry and harboring bad feelings doesn't do much for the body physically. It takes a lot of energy to keep that engine idling. You know what I mean? It's like leaving the keys in your car in the ignition turned on with the motor off, and you come out in the morning and it's dead. And that's what happens to you when you get angry and you get upset and you hold all these emotions. When you get angry, this is what it does to you. It runs your body down. You ever notice when you have something bad in your life go on and it comes out that it turned out to be all right, and then you just feel better? You're going, whew, you have a huge sigh of relief and you feel so much better. Your body's all relaxed and everything. That's what stress and anger does to the human body. Once you let it go, you do that. So this morning, when I thought I was scheduled tomorrow for 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., was actually today. So no big deal. My friend Jane had picked me up this morning, and it wasn't until I realized, I looked at my schedule, and I'm like, oh shit, I screwed up. But no big deal. Headed back home, walking 5 miles. I try to let it go, and I learned this while I was homeless. Yelling and getting into arguments with other homeless people over property or stealing or something, that's when I first started to learn, I guess, to let things go, was being homeless. Being homeless was kind of, it may not make sense, but being homeless was kind of like a godsend in the sense. I know it sounds kind of morbid, but it helped me appreciate things in life. It certainly helped me appreciate life better, much more. When I'm enjoying life, I'm enriched a little bit more as far as the quality of what I'm doing and the moment that I'm experiencing. And I drown my sorrows in alcohol, drinking beer, drinking tall cans of malt liquor, hurricane beer to be exact, 8.2% volume in alcohol, the most allowed at the most cheapest price at $2 a can. That wasn't getting me anywhere. And I knew it, and I was still drinking. And I'd get up the next morning feeling all shitty, and I'd just like, okay, maybe I'll just go get one to feel a little bit better, to get an even keel. And then one would turn into two, and then two. And then next thing, it's 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm feeling like shit. Luckily for me, getting sober is an easy thing. I can take alcohol or leave it. Getting dry is easy for me. I don't really go so much through all the withdrawals and everything, but I can do it on my own. I've done it before, so it's no big deal. But being angry, look, just focus on what you have. Focus on being lucky enough to be alive. Just being alive enough is a blessing in itself. It's a gift of life. When I was homeless, I would stress. I would say to myself, and even on my videos, I would say, I'd rather be much more happier being in debt, stressing about bills, stressing about work, trying to make ends meet. All this that comes with the normal life of being employees and not being homeless. And it still stands true. I'm stressed. I'm worried about rent. Rent's coming up. These last 2 weeks have been awful. I think I got 19.2 hours one week, 14.7 hours the week before. Excuse me. And to make rent, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. And I have a meeting today. I have a financial meeting this morning with the people that that's part of the program that I'm doing with the housing. And I got to tell them now today I won't be able to make rent. I don't know. I won't know until Friday, till I get my paycheck and I get a summary of my pay and stuff. So that sucks. But I would rather be, to me, I'm happier being stressed about that than being homeless. Waking up in the morning, getting up, stressing to get up in the morning, to make my bed, put all my stuff away, and hide it before people start coming around, before the world starts waking up. So no one sees where I hide my belongings, my bedding, my sleeping bag, everything that I don't carry with me. Because I would hide all that, and I would only take my backpack with my laptop, computer, and my camera equipment and everything, my medications. And every day I would stress, when I go back to my spot, to my hiding spot, is my stuff going to be there? Do I have to go back to the doctor, get all my medication? Am I going to have to try and find another way to make the money to replace my camera, my laptop, that got sleeping bag? I've had so much stolen from me being homeless, time and time again, and it's depressing. But when that would happen, I would just say, oh well, I guess that person needed it more than I did, and I would let it go. It took a while to get accustomed and to get used to saying, well, I guess that person needed it more than I did. So, whereas most of the time, normally I would just get angry and start cursing at the top of my lungs and just F-bombing this and that and the entire world. Divorce, same thing. When I got on the street, I was angry for a couple of weeks. I was so angry, honestly, that I didn't drink for an entire week. And then finally I broke down and I had money. And I got beer from there. Just the anger was everything. It wasn't too long after that Mark kind of found me. James found me. And then Mark found me. I did my first vlog with Mark, and then with James, and then with Mark again. And Mark, I remember Mark saying, I saw you. You were just so angry, but you still managed to have this smile on your face. Even now, kind of chilly. My hand is getting cold. I'm holding the phone, holding the camera, and it's, my friends, it's not worth being angry. It's really not. Life is so much better. We are blessed, we are gifted. I mean, I'm in La Cañada, Flint Ridge right now after 6 o'clock in the morning. And traffic's starting to come around. People are starting to wake up. It's quiet. It's quiet. It's nice up here. Honestly, you know what? I definitely would love to live up here. I've been up here, La Cañada, Flint Ridge, Montrose. It's all nice and beautiful up here, but I'm appreciating the solitude and am I saying this right? The exclusivity. I'm tongue-tied this morning. It's nice here. It really is. But anger, ugh. It's like saying I hate. And I hate, okay, I dislike hating things or people. Hate is a very powerful emotion, and it's a very hard word when it's used. And it's often, I think, misused quite a bit when people say, God, I hate this. God, I hate you. When you're actually trying to say, I'm not really content or happy, or I don't like this moment, or I don't like you. Hate is a very... Children pick up that word hate quickly off the bat, and I think that's due to parents, because parents have a tendency to say, oh my God, Tommy, I hate it when you do this. Oh my God, little Susie, I hate it when you do this. You're not supposed to. Mommy told me this. All that starts when we're children and we're taught by our parents. It's like children aren't born racist or bigots. They're taught that. They're taught by their surroundings and their parents, you know. A child will go to any other race and just play. It's just a child being a child. But as adults, we can't do that because we've learned and we were taught hate and anger. Don't like this people, you know. Be angry at these people. They are this. Or, like right now, the state of our country. Democrats and Republicans are so divided. Our country has never been more divided in an entire history than we are now. Ooh, my face is orange. Amber lighting. Don't you think that is silly? No. Don't you think that is stupid? We are one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Don't get mad when someone comes out. Just don't be so quick to jump down someone's throat. Look, like with the whole college admissions and everything, paying for that. I understand that. And yeah, that was very, very wrong. Very wrong. And this day of age, as our society is now, there's a lot more stuff that's going to be coming out because of technology and everything. People, politicians, celebrities who thought that you could hide secrets that were in paper or invent now are going to be surfacing to life. So this whole college, that Felicity Huffman or whatever, or whomever, I don't know. I don't really care. But honestly, I could say the same thing. If I had the money and being a parent, I wanted my child, and my child is, Mom, Dad, I need help. I want to get to this college, but I can't. You would do anything. You would move heaven and earth for your children. So let's not be so quick to get angry at these people, whether celebrities or politicians or whomever, money, people who have money, put their children, because as a parent, they're acting as a parent. You would move heaven and earth to do anything for your child, and that's what these people do. So if I had the money, I could honestly say that I would probably do something similar to that to get my child into school, because first, my child is showing interest in going to school to better themselves, and at the same time, it's pure hypocrisy. You're doing something illegal for them to do something legal in life. I understand. But as parents, we do things like that. So let's not be so quick to get angry at people. Whew, I'm tired. Walking and talking in the cold air is exhausting. It's beautiful though. I'm over here by Rouse. You can see the San Gabriel Mountains starting to come to light. About 20 after 6 in the morning. But you know, I, like so many people in a position of life that I was in, I guess maybe I can say we have more of an excuse to get angry. But I wasn't so angry in life. I used to have a problem when I was much younger, when I was like in my 20s, early 20s. I used to sell drugs for a living. Then I got involved selling meth, crystal meth. And then I got hooked on the meth. Let me say this, that I was my best customer. And I was a drug dealer. And I was my own best customer. And it was during a time in my life when I was angry at the world. And I sought something to ease my pain, I guess. So I went to methamphetamines. That fucked me up really bad. That just screwed my life so bad. And then after about a year, I left it all. I left it all behind. I walked out of the house. I walked like 8 miles to a friend's house and said, look, I need a place to stay. I'm not doing this anymore. I left it all. Well, what'd you do? I just walked away. I just walked away from everything. I walked from the house, from the drugs, from the band. I walked away from everything. Walked all the way from Inglewood to like, it was actually almost like to Torrance. It was a long way. I was on meth, so I was walking a mile a minute, literally. And I was angry. I slept for about 2 weeks, hardly ate anything. And then after that, I was starting to come around and I was feeling happy. Ooh, donut shop. Anger. Anger is, oh my God, people. Really, it's just, being angry never solved the problem. Really, you know, I mean, now, not to get political, and not to pick any sides, and I'm not, but as an example, the current state of our country, our president seems to be a very angry man right now. He seems to be angry because he's not getting his way, and because he's so angry, he's saying all these silly things, and he's posting all these silly things, and it's just making him look silly. It's making him look silly. It's making him look childlike. I even look at him and I'm thinking, God, this guy is just being a little baby and pouting and, you know, angry because he's not getting his way, and he's on his back and he's kicking his feet and his legs in the kitchen, in the middle of the kitchen, and Mom or / America is looking at him on the floor going, what are you doing? Shaking their head. That's exactly what's going on. He's angry. He's not getting his way. He's angry. Anger. got to be happy more in this country. We have so much in this country. Can we be happy? I think we can. I think we can be very happy. We just have to give ourselves a chance to be happy. And if you can try this, if you have a moment in your life where something happens and you get really angry and you're really pissed off at the world to the point where you want to do something, you want to break something, or you want to punch something, or you just want to shout out at the top of your lungs, fuck! Don't. Take about 30 seconds, put your hands together, bring it to your face, and think of something that, I have a tendency to think of a couple things. My daughter, her laughter and her smile would just always warm me. Or, I know this really sounds corny, and it really does sound corny, but it works for me. Puppy and cat videos, because I watch a lot of that on YouTube and stuff like that. A lot of puppy and cat videos, and that helps. That really helps. Don't get angry, my friends. We all have enough things not going the way we want, not going right in our lives. Every day we come across this. And getting angry. If you have children, show your children that you're better. Show your children, because they're going to pick this right off the bat. They're going to pick up your habits of getting angry. The first response is to get angry. And if something doesn't go right, get angry. And the kids see this and they pick up on this. They pick this up. And they're going to mimic that. And that's how they're going to grow up. That's going to be embedded in their psychosis. And you don't want that. Because one day you're going to have an epiphany when they're adults and they're getting angry, and you're going to say to yourself, shit, I used to do that. And you're going to see them in pain, and you're going to be like, oh man, they picked up what I did, and now what? So let's do that. All right, my friends, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to end it up here and get back home. Trying to walk. Ooh, my hands are freezing. Oh, Lord. So, anyway, my friends, there's a McDonald's. Maybe I'll get something to eat. You folks take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but always take care of yourselves first. Love one another, trust one another, be kind to each other, help one another. Don't take today for granted or any other day thereafter. Pull your pants, slide on that ice. Let's not be angry today. Let's just be happy. Let's try to do some sort of exercise that keeps us, even if it takes one of those silly stretch squishy balls or something, but let's try to take anger a little bit more out of our lives and everyday lives and situations. Anybody still has anything to be angry about, it would be me. I'm not full circle to where I should be, but I'm striving. I'm trying. And instead of always bitching and not letting it go, I try to do something. I have to, because I don't want to be sick the rest of my life. I don't want to have a stroke. Remember, the last thing before I had a stroke or a heart attack or something, or blacking out is, I don't want to say, the last thing I remember, I was angry when I come to. Nobody wants that. Well, see, anger made you pass out, made you sick, made you have that seizure, and whatever. No anger. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing or what we're doing, period, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification button. Tell your friends and family about me, about us, and what's going on in here. So, Tim suggested doing the video about trying to stay happy. I don't know how to really come across and explain how I stay happy. It's just that I try to stay happy. You know, it's kind of hard to convey that we all are different. We all have our own little way and how we deal with things and how we cope with everyday life and everything. So try to find that way. It's not going to become an overnight or an instant thing where you're going to find. It's like going to the doctor, but you're kind of psychoanalyzing yourself. And you're asking yourself, hey, maybe if I tried this, maybe if I tried that, it'll be a little bit better. And it does, you know, and start off yourself with that. And hopefully, maybe it'll work for you. So, now I'm here at McDonald's. Maybe I should get a cup of coffee. I already had a cup of coffee. Anyway. Alright, my friends, I will talk to you fine people later. I will post this up as soon as I get home. Don't know when. And then I'll be back at work in what seems like a couple hours because it's about 6:20, 6:30, I guess. And I have to be back at work at 2 o'clock to 6 p.m. But I have a financial meeting at 12:30. Whatever. See? Anyway, my friends, I will talk to you later. I love you all.